We did have, we're coming to the end of the episode, Cam, but we did have one question from Instagram from fans, and they wanted to ask, I guess, your thoughts and our thoughts on how to network in industry if you're an introvert, which is an interesting question.
I don't really have that experience. I'm pretty... I guess I do a little bit. Like, maybe more than... I'm so sorry. Maybe like more so than yourselves, I guess, because you guys have the stand-up
I think I
bone.
probably have the most experience with this. Was a pretty introverted person naturally, and definitely
Sick.
was way more so. I think you need to learn how to it's like anything, you need to learn. Like talking to random people honestly doesn't come naturally to me. And I had to fucking learn it. I remember I started in sales when I was 18 and I wasn't very good at it. And my sales manager, who was like the most charismatic person I've ever met in my life, like he would do like $30,000 in sales every single fucking day. And I would maybe do like $200. And he recommended a few books, and I read something that was really good that was like called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it was a great book on just literally coming down to like how to talk to people and not even get things out of them, but just prove your value to other people in a mutual way. So like just letting people know your skills, finding out what theirs are, and doing a swap is basically what it is. And I think like from someone who is still real naturally introverted, you just have to learn how to do it, and you got to be a bit shit at it. It's like anything. And even then, you know, some people are...
See, I think you grew up playing a lot of video games and stuff as a teenager.
Yeah.
During that period of your life where you work out how to socialise in high school, I was doing a lot of sport, like footy clubs, athletics clubs, had people around me all the time of different ages. Like I used to have friends that were younger than me, older than me and stuff. I think I got a lot of people skills just out of that. I think if you are at that age, I know some young people listen to our podcast, you should actually go out of your way while you're young and like
join a team
learn
sport.
those skills. Not even do sport. It doesn't have to do sport, but like any community, like scouts, it doesn't matter. Like some kind of community where there's people of different ages, because like I think you speak to people like differently. And now when I go to like, as soon as I started stand up, I mean, that's how I met Lewis and stuff. I used to go to places and be like, Lewis couldn't talk back to me, but I used to hold it. I used to like, he couldn't make conversation at all.
I'm a lot better at it now, but he is
Lewis.
right.
I never would have picked it.
No,
He's
I
terrible.
I'm just not. It
introduced
just doesn't
himself
come
to me.
naturally.
He introduced himself to me 3 times in a row, 3 weeks in a row. And by the third week, I was like, yeah, no, I met you the last 2 weeks. He's like,
third time was rude. Yeah. No, I think that a lot of people are surprised, but I think it's honest. Luke says it all the time because he knows me really well. He goes, I love seeing you turn it on. I can do it, but I have to turn it on. You know, I have to decide, all right, I'm going to do this. And I think that I'm actually really good at networking and connecting with people. But that's just because I just message people on Instagram when they've done something cool and I go, well done.
Yeah.
Like if I like someone, I will tell them. And I don't expect anything back. I don't really expect the same. I will just, you know, like I think that's how we connected.
It is.
I think I just messaged you and I was like, hey, this thing you did is cool. I can't remember what it was, but it was cool, so I told you.
Fan of your comedy anyway. Like I thought
awesome.
Yeah. I think you'd already won me over with a lot of stuff, but then like you sealed the deal with the fucking Dreamworld joke.
That's a little
I know you got in a lot of
mine.
trouble for that, but like,
Yeah.
fuck man, that shit made me laugh.
Yeah, no, that's. I should put that on TikTok actually. Maybe get my account banned.
Oh my god, yeah. That'll be the best 2 hours of your life.
I think, I think Lewis is better at actually networking professionally, for sure. Like, Lewis was the reason why we do our show out of the Misfits studio. I didn't even know who they... I think that my problem is it's a lack of... It's not that I can't talk to people, it's I don't make the effort to talk to people. To even find out about new people. I didn't even know who the Misfits were before we moved in. Like, it's just some of those things where I'm not very internety. I just have my high school mates. I live a pretty normal life outside of this world. Like, I have 2 worlds and I separate the 2.
Yeah.
Heaps. I keep it very separate from my personal life. Like, they're starting to come but together now because it's just getting unavoidable because it is my life.
Yeah.
But I used to try and keep the two very separate. Like I have my comedy friends and my high school friends, and now they kind of. But Lewis is way better at it. Like, but I was also better at like say the radio. Lewis was probably the reason why we got the job on radio. I was the reason why we kept the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that
100%.
makes sense. Like,
That
I
makes
could
complete
go
sense.
into the room and, like, handshake all the bosses and, like, how was your weekend? Blah, blah. Like, at the work parties, Lewis used to
Yeah.
leave early. I was the one getting pissed with the bosses, getting that 1 a.m. chat, pounding him out at the end, going, hell yeah, can't
Yeah.
wait for that promotion to big dog. And then, like, just leaving.
Money, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like... I think I'm better in the room, but Lewis is definitely better at getting into the room.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that. And yeah, like the Misfits thing was, I think how I connected with them was I just messaged one of them and I was like, hey, I saw this and it was really good. I think honestly, that's a great fucking tip is just be nice and tell people when they've done something cool because not many people do. Like when you do something cool, not that many people will actually go, good on you, well done. And everyone wants to hear it. And if you do it not with the intention to network. Like I messaged you that, and that was over a year ago.
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect anything from you, and you didn't expect anything from me. It's just like setting up a thing and being nice, and then if something happens, awesome. But if something doesn't, it's still good because you had a pleasant interaction. Like literally, just when someone does something cool, message them and go, "That's cool," or just send someone an email and go, "Hey, I'm good at producing music. If you ever need that, let me know."
So true.
Like,
Yeah.
even I always remember people who just let me know what their skills are because I very rarely ever need it at that moment. But I always remember when someone, if I go, oh fuck, like a guy who was a producer, Midi. I think he messaged me and he goes, "Hey man, I make songs," and I didn't need him at all. But then a few months later, I wrote a song. I'm like, I need a producer. Reached out to him. I remember that guy.
Totally.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
that's how we found our for our animation studio. Our Foley artist was just a guy who's like, "Hey, man, I see that like, you do a lot of animations and like
Yeah.
your sound, all your Foley is coming from this stock library." He's like, "I make all my own. I'll do it for this rate." And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck yeah!" And
Yeah.
never look back.
Yeah, it's like if you have a skill, let people know, and when someone does something cool, tell them. And that's,
I do that.
and-
Like, and it comes up. Like, I've needed people like, oh, I need a cameraman in Perth tonight, last minute, and like I would go, oh, who do I know? Like, oh, that's right, thingo, and like because they've just told me in the past, or people on my Discord, I remember like what skills they have, and like thingo, and not that you're using people or whatever. It's just like, it's interesting. It's you keep it in mind in case you ever need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, what would your advice be for networking, Campbell?
Yeah, I'd back Lewis on like the DM compliment thing. And even I'd also add to that, not when it's something that's like crazy big because their DMs will be flooded, but even on something that's like a little bit just like a regular kind of like, like a regular good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
both will work, but like if you just want to get a bit more traction, probably don't message them when everybody's messaging.
yeah, if something gets 10 million views, like everyone reaches out then.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if- But if someone gives me a compliment and go, "Hey man, I really like this little joke in this video that got
Exactly.
50,000," I'm like, "Yeah, I like that joke too. It
Dude,
was
totally.
underappreciated."
Totally. Yeah. And there's like a little bit of you that's like, "Thank you." Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
I would actually say that's very good advice. Is don't be the guy. Like it's like when people go, "Man, I love your You Don't Know Me videos." I'm like, "Oh, cool, thanks, man." And it's like the most base level compliment because it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, those videos got like almost 1 billion views. Probably over, like
Holy
well
smokes.
over that by now. So it's
Yeah.
like
Wow.
okay. Yeah, like they still get shared. I saw again the other week, like 14 million uncredited. It's like 4 years old. Like I see them, they get reposted like millions of
Yeah.
every time a year. Anyway,
Hectic.
it's just funny though when people come up to me and go, and they think I'm going to be like, "Wow, thank me ignoring."
No
a
one's ever
sign.
said that before.
You're unique. Like, and I do. It doesn't mean you don't appreciate it, but
Yeah.
it's like also like, hey man, you think that's the thing I'm proud
I just
of?
realized I've totally seen those videos as well and I loved them.
Yeah, no, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I also like them. They're funny.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah, yeah.
made them, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it is one of those things. I'm sure there's some things that you've made that have gone hella viral.
Oh,
where you're
totally.
like, that's not my best joke.
I think every single creator like always has their video that went kind of average that they look at and go, that's my best one. You guys are wrong.
Totally, dude.
Everyone
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, and I'm like, man. But then, like, when someone comes in and is just like, yeah, I really dug that one. I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew the world was wrong.
yeah.